Welcome to a video tour of 5254 Panorama Road in Jago Bay area of Lower Lake. This is the gate to the easement access into the property, and you can see from here we do have the lake view which you have from the property. It's about 750 feet from here into the property. The road was cut many years ago and it's still in very good condition, seems to have a good rock base to it. We're now approaching the property. You can see my sign on the right there which marks the approximate boundary line. And to the left you can see a power pole. So there is power onto this property. There's even a meter. This is the first and upper building pad. There's 3 of them all together. It's relatively small, but you can certainly get a small house in here. You'll notice there's quite a few fallen trees on the property that would need to be cleaned up. There is an old blacktop driveway from the beginning of the property between the 3 building pads. We're walking down the slope now towards the second of the building pads. The property is over 2 acres and it is lakefront. It runs down from Panorama Road, but the most obvious access is the easement access off Lake Road. So we're now approaching the second building pad, which is larger. It's probably 30 feet in depth and the width is probably something like 20 feet, and you get the lake view from here, as you do from all the 3 of the pads. This is the view from the site. It's a grey day today, so it might not be altogether obvious, but there's hundreds of migrating birds out on the lake, which are a pleasure to behold. I'm zooming in to see a flock taking up off the water. I don't know if you can see it, it may be too far away. We're now walking down towards the 3rd and lower of the building pads and the biggest of them. So we have the old blacktop driveway, and on our left as we come down you'll see that there is a electrical meter. It's a analog meter, so it hasn't been used in many years. And this is a building pad here, which is probably 100 feet in length and 30 to 40 feet in width. So plenty of room to put a house in. There were homes here at one point, at least a couple, maybe more, mobile homes of some kind. And here you can see the connections of one of them. So this is just above the water, and it's more steep, sort of a rocky descent to the water from here. Now I'm sitting just above the water and we're looking out towards Indian Island. Behind Indian Island is Anderson Marsh, which is a state reserve, and also the outflow of Clear Lake, which is the biggest natural lake within the boundaries of California. called Cache Creek. Down below us you can see the dock owned by the neighbour, and then below us, that white pipe is his water supply going into the lake. He has a submersible pump there, and presumably the owner and developer of this property would install a similar system, just taking water out of the lake and then filtering it. There's no lack of water, obviously, and there would just be the expense of the filtration system. Now we're looking at the old dock on the property, which is falling apart. Maybe some of the steel pilings will be recoverable. And you can see this area has lots of rocks. It's impressive landscape. And you can scramble down here and enjoy being right beside the water. There is the remains of an old walkway. This is looking at the lower building pad from the other side. If you have a boat, or would like to have a boat, and why wouldn't you if you live by the lake, the neighbour does have a boat slip that is accessed by Lake Road, which is just below the entrance to the property. So if you cultivate that relationship, that would make a closer place to launch your boat rather than having to go to one of the public boat slips further away. Thanks for joining me on this video tour. Let me know, or your local realtor, if you have any more questions about the property.